What's going on, gang? Baltmatrix here, and today we are taking a look at Warpath from Transformers Generations Combiner Wars. Now, this guy doesn't actually combine with anyone from the Combiner Wars, and he is a complete retool of a previous Legends-class Megatron figure that came with an Insecticon. So, yeah. On the one hand, I actually do like this mold. I think it's a good mold, but I would have preferred to see a different Autobot or a different Decepticon, because I don't think this works for Warpath. Now, don't get me wrong, I think this actually looks like a good figure. I think the paint scheme works well, and I think the head sculpt works well, but Warpath needs the little cannon in the middle of his chest. He just does, and this obviously doesn't have that. I'm not going to say that this is a bad figure by any stretch of the imagination. It's actually quite good, but it's not Warpath to me. This figure is sporting a fantastic head sculpt, and it is very much a Warpath head sculpt. It looks really good. I just kind of wish it was a different figure because, again, this really doesn't feel like Warpath to me, even though this figure is painted really, really well. Warpath's transformation is the exact same as the Megatron from the same size. Warpath's transformation is very easy. Simply fold the arms so that the fist holes are pointing out to the side, flip them around, fold the gun down to where the palms would be, and combine them. That's it for that. Then we'll take the feet or the legs and flip out the outer shins all the way down so that they're pointing straight down, fold up the feet, and flip the leg sections around at what were the knees of the robot mode, combine them up, and we have a little tank. I think this figure actually has some really good paint on it, but for some reason this alt mode makes me think of the tank component to flywheels or Generation 1 flywheels as opposed to Warpath. And it has to do with the red here up at the turret. This is a much darker red than down here of what forms the legs. And I'm not saying that it's bad or anything, it just really makes me think of flywheels as opposed to Warpath. It's not a bad figure, but obviously the fists here being gray with the rest of the figure being red really does make you think, hey, those are fists, as opposed to, well, the front of a turret of a tank. Again, not bad, it just doesn't make me think Warpath for some reason. Overall, this Legends class mold isn't bad at all. It's just not Warpath to me. Now, for some of you out there, it very well could be Warpath, and this, you really wouldn't have a problem. The only real function issue I have with the figure are the ball joints here on the hips are much too loose. Otherwise, the rest of the figure is solid. Head is on a swivel, ball joint in the shoulder, ball joint in the elbow, ball joint at the hip, bend, nearly 90-degree bend at the knee, little bit of foot articulation as part of the transformation. Again, not a bad figure, but just doesn't scream Warpath to me. I'm wondering if my good friend Cheetamus or some other customizers can make a gut cruncher figure out of this. A little bit better, a little different paint, and maybe a different styled head, and he could totally be a Decepticon. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video review of Warpath from Transformers Generations Combiner Wars. As always, I've been Baltmatrix, asking you to like, comment, and subscribe, and please be sure to stick around for my next video review.